Big Don, Big Bird.
Did you see how he looks in the bomber jacket when he was in Iraq the other day? Did you see photos of that? Like you see him in his business suits all the time, his tailored business suits. He had like this little bomber jacket on, and I mean, I don't want to fat shame anybody. I'm not, I'm not losing weight myself. But damn, like you would think somebody would have said, "Hey, take that jacket off before we film."
Dude is very fat.
He's thick with two C's. Yeah. That's the PC way of putting it.
See, it's 2 C's for chunky cunt or what?
I love my curvy president.
Presidents have curves. Get over it.
Real presidents have curves.
Oh man.
Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome to Book Club. I'm your host and conch holder this week, Dylan.
I'm Ansel.
And I'm Elijah Crowder.
And our piece of media for this episode is a certain film titled The Room, written, directed, produced, and starring Tommy Wiseau. Trying to just keep up with the tradition of getting the synopses in. But as we kind of, unravel any work of media, books, etc., it's important that we kind of nail down the plot first off. So since this, in fact, was not a book, this was a film, a piece of cinematic art, instead of going to Goodreads, I'm at IMDb. Here's the IMDb synopsis for The Room.
Okay.
Written, directed, and starring Tommy Wiseau. Johnny is a successful banker who lives happily in a San Francisco townhouse with his fiancée, Lisa. One day, inexplicably, she gets bored with him and decides to seduce his best friend, Mark. From there, nothing will be the same again. I think that's
That's fair.
pretty good synopsis for the movie. For the film, I'm sorry, the film.
What genre did it say? Did it say the genre for this?
No genre.
Because I wasn't even sure.
More like this on IMDb, you've got, of course, The Disaster Artist, which is based on the guy that played Mark wrote a book called The Disaster Artist about the movie and the making of the movie, and then that got made into a movie by James Franco.
Okay.
So that I can see that is like The Room. It is.
So is that what brought The Room to the national consciousness, or what?
Like,
no.
It's been like it's had a cult following for several years. Also similar to The Room is Best Friends Volume 1, and the R in Friends is in parentheses.
So like Best
So it would be
Fiends.
Best Fiends.
Oh, and looking at it here, it looks like it stars the guy that played Mark and Tommy Wiseau.
Best Fiends does.
That would be Greg Sestero.
Greg Sestero and Tommy Wiseau. Also similar is Samurai Cop, a 1991 action crime thriller. And also Birdemic, Shock and Terror, which is a horror romance thriller. So that's kind of the genre that The Room is in.
That tells me absolutely nothing. A samurai cop, an Alfred Hitchcock type romance with birds. None of that is anything like. Yeah. Okay.
This movie was drama. I mean, you could say that it's drama. It fits in under the drama umbrella.
You worry too much.
Yeah. Okay, I do see the genre now at the top of the page.
What does it say?
Drama.
Okay.
Good call.
All right.
Well, this is the first time either of you have seen this movie. I've
Correct.
seen it a few times before this. What was And just so the listeners know, we're coming in hot after just finishing this.
We just watched it.
This viewing and this screening of the film. What'd y'all think? What'd y'all think of the film?
I mean, it was amazing. Like, there's so much stuff I have to think about now. Like, it's kind of overwhelming a little bit. I don't even know if I'm prepared to talk about it, but yes, thank you for introducing me to this. I never want to watch it again, but I'm sure I will watch it again. You know what I mean? That's life.
I'm going to disagree with almost everything Ansel just said there. What a hot piece of garbage that is, and doesn't deserve to be called a movie or a film. It's just a waste of 99 minutes. I laughed, but the laughter was not at anything that the movie was giving me. It was just how much of a failure it completely is.
Yeah,
and I've
totally.
I've got a number here for you. Well, you said the budget was $6 million to make this movie?
Supposedly, yeah.
It says here, took in at the box office $1,800. Those people should get their money back.
He's they've actually been able to like keep the money coming in because they still have screenings and stuff where people come, and like Tommy Wiseau, like he kind of presents it as, oh yeah, this is a joke. This movie is funny, yeah, and yeah, no, like you can tell that like this was
his great statement to
his
the
passion project. And yeah, it's
got a 3.7 out of 10 on IMDb. It's got 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, 9% on Metacritic. Of Google users, 78% like this movie. Is what I'm looking at on my little handheld device here. It's absolutely
it's entertaining.
A train wreck. I was not entertained at all.
I chuckled. You were laughing.
I chuckled a lot.
I was laughing, but it wasn't because it was anything the movie deserved. I mean,
okay, which
I was
opens up an important question,
right,
important point of discussion. Like, does that even matter?
Does it have value in its ridiculousness?
Yes. If you laugh at it, if you enjoy it. I mean, I had a good time. And hey, like. It served its purpose, like in a roundabout way, but it did. You know, it was very entertaining. I mean, I kept my attention. You know,
it was cringeworthy. I don't know if I can call something that cringeworthy entertaining at all.
It was fucking stupid.
But Lisa was so beautiful.
He just okay. This is something I've been thinking about. Like a project like this, and I've been thinking about this about something else. The song "Christmas Shoes," like by a new song. It's a Christmas song. Look it up. It's great. In the same kind of way, but it's like. That should have been like scuttled. Somebody should have like pulled the plug on that. There's so many people involved,
right?
And so many like presumably industry people who should have like obstructed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I disagree. Like Christmas Shoes, like I could see how that got through.
I don't know
because no, like there are people that eat that shit up. Like the kind of people that there are people that would listen to Christmas Shoes and enjoy it.
Ben Garrison fans.
The Room, you're right. Somebody. Well, see, that's the thing. Like the only person that was responsible is the maestro himself, Tommy Wiseau.
It's like right out of the gate, like. Unintended comedy of like it was like written by Tommy Wiseau.
Produced by the opening title credits.
It was like, you know, normally it would just say written, produced, and directed by Tommy Wiseau, but it just kept it's like in the same position on the screen and everything.
Co-produced by
it's like
Tommy Wiseau.
It's like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, but for real. You know
right?
What I mean?
No, it's not tongue in cheek at all. It's perfect. It's a beautiful tragedy of a film, and we get to laugh at a strange, vaguely foreign person.
But yeah, it's very cringy, and like I have this quality where I feel sorry and I feel embarrassed for other people when it has nothing to do with me, and I felt like that. I felt embarrassed for him, like I don't know. There's no reason for me to feel embarrassed about that, but yeah, it's a very awkward viewing experience because the heartbreak is real. You know what I mean?
It is.
I'm assuming this is based on true events.
I mean, I would assume so. I mean, there was so much passion in some of those line deliveries.
Yeah.
That it had to have come from a real place for Tommy Wiseau.
He did like, he was cucked, but he did the most alpha thing you can do when you're cucked, and that's make a movie and just like own it. You know what I mean? All right, I don't know. Just yeah.
So as we said earlier, it's $6 million was the budget for the room. Apparently, all self-funded by Tommy Wiseau. He let's talk about Tommy Wiseau for a little bit. He is an international man of intrigue and mystery.
I can't do it. Ansel, can you do the
Okay, so this is coming straight from the Wikipedia page. Wiseau is very secretive about his early life. In various interviews, he's claimed to have lived in France, quote-unquote, a long time ago. Claimed he grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, and described having an entire family in Chalmette, Louisiana. In interviews following the release of The Room, Wiseau gave an age which would indicate he was born in 1968 or 1969. But Greg Cicero claims in The Disaster Artist that his brother's girlfriend obtained copies of Wiseau's U.S. immigration papers and found that Wiseau was born much earlier than he claimed, in an Eastern Bloc country in the mid to late 1950s. So yeah, he has a vague European accent. He somehow came up with $6 million to create a movie, and by God, he did it.
I said I thought outside earlier. I said I think I detect some Slavic in that accent. So
Yeah.
East Bloc, that makes sense.
Circle gets a square.
Circle gets the square. Who gave him $6 million?
I don't know, but I mean, I will say like the production values are like above that of a soap opera or something, which is
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, not much, but yeah, I can.
For the soundtrack, they spared no expense.
Oh, yeah.
Some hot, steamy action with some of that R&B stuff going on. It's
No doubt. You Are My Rose is a banger.
It is a banger for sure.
We'll see about getting that on the outro music for everybody to enjoy.
Can we do that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what was your favorite scene in the movie? If you had to just pick one scene that you wanted to like just live in for the rest of your life,
I mean, I would have to. I'm just trying to think like the dry humping scenes. Like they're just. It was the funniest stuff because it was just so like unrelenting and like. And so they kept just happening, and it was just.
To clarify, in case any of our listeners have never watched The Room, you, as we said, you have this love triangle, and there are several scenes of full display. It is almost like Cinemax quality pornography, more or less. Is like a little, and it's always like it's not like it's shorter than like a pornography, but like longer than like any self-respecting film's love scene would be, and it's just it's breathtaking. It really is.
I think there was like 10 minutes after a scene had passed where one of his lines was, "Lisa and I haven't made love in a long time."
Yeah. I also like the scene. The birthday party scene was the climax, and the tension was palpable. That was pretty great. And like the thing that I kept thinking about was like I kept thinking like he knew that it was Mark that his fiance was having an affair with, but like he didn't know until like he played that tape at the end.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they got in that fight, but he still didn't know that. You know what I mean? It was like, what? Come on, Tommy and Johnny.
Johnny, yeah. I know it's hard, but you have to separate the actor from the character.
I don't think you do in this case. I think my favorite scene was when what's the boy's name? Denny.
Hi, Denny.
Hi, Denny. I just want to watch you guys. Denny and his friend Mark and Johnny are in the apartment throwing the football. Yeah, it's one of my favorite scenes. That's because it just felt so random and out of place, like pretty much the other 80% of this film.
Well, like Peter, like he shows up out of nowhere, and they go out.
Who's Peter? What are these characters doing here?
Peter
was a psychologist.
Yeah,
their friend that gets inserted like so many other characters, like halfway through the movie with no explanation. But
the thing is, like, okay, well, I was just thinking, like, they in the middle of the movie they just go out and they're all wearing tuxes and they throw the football in the streets and like Peter falls and they're like, oh, we're done with this. But that didn't have anything to do with anything. Right. But like, I don't know, like. I'm guessing it was the screenplay was written by Tommy Wiseau. Like,
oh, yeah.
He has no idea, like, how friendships even work. You know what I mean? Like, he has, like, I don't know, like a 4-year-old understanding of how people form and maintain friendships.
He also has an Eastern European's idea of how Americans always go out and throw the football around. Well, hi, Ansel. You want to go throw the football? I haven't seen you in a while.
They're so bad at it. And there's no way that it's fun the way they're doing it.
Let me get my football gloves on.
Let's all stand 6 feet apart and underhand the football to one another.
I need my gloves first. He actually had like batting gloves on.
Oh man, I don't. Yeah.
Well. For me, my favorite scene is a very brief one where Johnny stops in at a flower shop to buy a dozen roses for his fiancée, in which a very strange interchange takes place. Johnny goes up to the counter and he says, "I would like a dozen red roses, please." And the person says, "Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't realize it was you. Here you go. You're my favorite customer." And there's a dog, and Johnny says, "Oh, hi, doggy," and walks out, and that's it. Like he does that Chekhov's gun of the roses does pay off when he does give the roses in the next scene to Lisa, his fiancée.
It's like I think he said "Hey doggy" before she says "You're my favorite customer."
Yeah, like as he's going out, it's like,
"Oh hey doggy,
oh hey doggy, you're my favorite customer."
Man, should have been somebody should have stopped this from happening.
You know what? In 10 years, in 15 years, somebody's going to listen to our podcast and they're going to say somebody should have stopped this from happening.
Yeah, touche. But
how does that make you feel?
Well, I mean.
All right. Well, first and foremost, no one's given us $6 million to produce this podcast.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think he was given $6 million. I think he was.
Where did he get $6 million? Look at the guy. That's the mystery. That's what I want to know.
All right. Here's.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got $6 million. How's your sex life?
I'm a successful banker. How's your sex life? I gotta go.
Guys, I forgot to tell you, the tests are in. I definitely have breast cancer.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Another example of like how you have no idea how relationships work, which I guess is what a sociopath is in the first place. I guess he's like a lovable sociopath, maybe.
Yeah.
This Tommy Wiseau character.
This is again from the Wikipedia page. Guys, donate $3 to Wikipedia. If everybody were to donate $3 to Wikipedia,
I gave it the office.
Anyway, Wiseau has been secretive about how he obtained funding for the project, but told Entertainment Weekly that he made some of the money by importing leather jackets from Korea. According to the Disaster Artist, again, the book from Mark, Wiseau was already independently wealthy at the time production began. Over several years, he had amassed a fortune through entrepreneurship and real estate development in Los Angeles and San Francisco. Wiseau spent the entire $6 million budget for The Room on production and marketing. Wiseau stated that the film was relatively expensive because many members of the cast and crew had to be replaced.
People who did try to stop this from happening.
According to Sestero, Wiseau made...
Where's the key grip? Don't worry about it.
You guys worry about everything. I handle it. According to Sestero, Wiseau made numerous poor decisions during filming that unnecessarily inflated the film's budget. Wiseau built sets for sequences that could have been filmed on location, purchased unnecessary equipment, and filmed scenes multiple times using different sets. Wiseau also forgot his lines in place on camera, resulting in minutes-long dialogue sequences taking hours or days to shoot. Wiseau's actions further caused the film's cost to skyrocket, according to Sestero. According again to Sestero, Wiseau rented a studio at the Bims and Sawyer film lot and bought a quote-unquote complete beginning director package, which included 2 film and HD cameras. Wiseau was confused about the difference between 35mm film and high-definition video. He wanted to be the first director to film an entire movie simultaneously in 2 formats. He achieved this by using a custom-built apparatus that housed both cameras side by side and required 2 crews to operate. Only the 35mm footage was used in the final edit.
Wow. That's weird.
It's cringeworthy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, from beginning to end of the film, it's cringes. The backstory is cringeworthy. I'm starting to have an idea for a rating. What do you got now?
This is from the casting section of Wikipedia. Wiseau selected actors from thousands of headshots, although most of the cast had never been in a full-length film. Sestero had limited film experience and only agreed to work as part of the production crew as a favor for Wiseau, with whom he had been friends for some time before production began. Sestero then agreed to play the Mark character after Wiseau fired the original actor on the first day of filming. Sestero was uncomfortable filming his sex scenes and was allowed to keep his jeans on while shooting them.
That's why we don't get any ass shots like you do of Johnny.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Very keen eye there.
Yeah, I was waiting for the Mark's ass to compare.
According to Greg Ellery, who I don't know who that is, Juliette Danielle, who is the woman that played the beautiful Lisa.
Beautiful.
She had just gotten off the bus from Texas when shooting...
Sorry. Don't worry about it.
She had just gotten off the bus from Texas when shooting began, and the cast watched in horror, quote-unquote, as Wiseau jumped on Danielle, immediately beginning to film their love scene. Sestero disputed this, stating that the sex scenes were among the last film. Wiseau said that Danielle was originally one of 3 or 4 understudies for the Lisa character and was selected after the original actress left the production. According to Sestero, the original actress was Latina and came from an unidentified South American country.
Cringe, cringe, cringe. It's just getting shadier and shadier.
It's a masterpiece of...
It's also been labeled by a number of publications as the worst film ever made. An assistant professor of film studies was the first to describe The Room as the Citizen Kane of bad movies, which I think is a lovely description. I mentioned this earlier with you, Dylan. Some movies are bad and you enjoy them. I mean, there are movies, I think Plan 9 from Outer Space has the Golden Turkey Award or something. It is known for a long time for being one of the worst B-rated sci-fi. But it's in the title. It's a B-rated. You know it's B-rated. You know it's junk when you're going to watch it. Maximum Overdrive, I think, which was huge at the time, is a Stephen King thing that they turned into a film in the 80s. It's hilarious. Critters. You know, you're looking at cheesy horror stuff. This is worse than that, and I think that's because it's not. Maybe that's what he's trying to do and market it as, oh, it's a dark comedy. I meant for it to be bad and funny. You gotta even through cultural osmosis, I knew this movie was so bad that it was laughable, and I still cringed more than I laughed. That's how bad it is.
You laughed. You chuckled down low.
I laughed at you guys laughing at it. I think that was if I had been watching this alone, I would not have finished it.
I'll say that those movies like that you just named I think those weren't necessarily made to be funny.
No, Plan 9 wasn't. No. But I mean, you got to look. I think it was made in the 50s.
Right, or maybe even earlier.
But like Critters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's campy horror.
Right.
I think Maximum Overdrive was made to be taken seriously, but looking back at it now, it's laughable how stupid it is.
Well, there was just a whole lot of cocaine
in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I was just thinking,
King's
like,
nose.
You know, that was it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Mm-hmm.
Like those movies, those are all like bad movies that are amusing and entertaining. And this one, I feel like the reason this can't be like those, from what you're saying, is because it's like you can't, like it like demand your attention. The Room does. Like you can't talk.
Right.
You're just like
that's the thing. I was thinking
with your jaw dropped.
Yeah, I was thinking, how do you Mystery Science Theater this? You really can't.
Yeah. And maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's such a train wreck.
Maybe on something there. Yeah, that you can't turn away from.
The guys from MST3K did do they do that riff tracks thing.
Sure.
They did do a riff tracks for
The Room.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, wow.
I thought you weren't ever going to watch this again.
That's different. That's different. That would be different. I would watch it again
I'll totally,
with riff tracks running with it. I love those guys. So, and if you don't know who we're talking about, shame on you. MST3K was a staple of our childhood.
Well, I mean, I don't think you say shame on anybody.
Oh yeah, everyone should know what MST3K is. You can get it on YouTube.
I think
you can get it on Netflix.
It is, but if you're not a fan
if you
of
don't,
get it because it's like an investment of time. Like that's a long. You gotta put some hours into that show.
Nah.
The soundtrack features 4 R&B slow jams, which play during 4 of the film's 5 love scenes. Michelle and Mike's oral sex scene uses only instrumental music. Me Underwears. That's, if you guys remember Mike and Michelle. Yeah. That's the
Me
guy
Underwears.
with the underwear story. The songs are I Will by Jera Gibson, Crazy by Clint Gamboa, Baby You and Me by Gamboa with Belle Johnson, and You're My Rose by Kitra Williams and Reflection.
You're My Rose is my favorite. It's very good.
Yeah, You're My Rose is very good. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this movie other than...
What was your Room experience? When did you first see it? What was your reaction?
I mean, it's pretty much the same as it was tonight. Like, it's just a laugh factory. It's like it's a laugh factory on overdrive. Like, I don't have the same thing where I feel embarrassed for other people. I enjoy laughing at people. I enjoy seeing people fail spectacularly. Like, I mean, it's like America's Funniest Home Videos. Like when you see somebody fall and bust their face, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I laugh at that too. But like, if somebody, I guess if somebody's trying to make a serious, if somebody's trying to create art, I guess, and they just can't do it. Like I just, it's I don't know. I feel like if you ever go to like poetry readings and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're just like.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm up there
hurting with you.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking about not so much Tommy Wiseau, but the other actors and actresses that committed themselves to this train wreck. Like, how do they look? How do they get work anymore? For one thing, I mean, do they?
Which, I mean, they weren't good in this movie. It's like
no one is good in this movie. Nothing is good in this movie.
This has no good.
But
qualities.
I could almost swear I thought the kid who played Denny was his name. Was he not the kid in like some of the Matt Stone, Trey Parker movies?
I wouldn't know.
Did he not play the sidekick in Orgasmo, or was he not the little bitch in Basketball?
Yeah, see, I didn't. I
he
never
looked
saw
just
those
like
movies,
the guy. You never saw Basketball?
No.
You should.
Okay.
You should.
I'll watch it.
It's funny.
Okay. But yeah, none of the actors were any good.
No.
I guess the person who was best was probably Chris R. Is it Chris R?
Chris R, yeah.
He was the best actor of the bunch, I feel like, because I was like, oh, he's really going to shoot this guy. But I don't know.
Juliette Danielle has also appeared in Ghost Shark 2, Urban Jaws.
Is she the actress who played Lisa?
Yeah, this is Lisa.
Ghost Shark 2, Open Jaws?
Urban Jaws.
Urban Jaws.
I mean, that's another. I mean,
wow.
That's
Hold
a whole
on.
another episode.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Yeah, go on.
I really don't have much else.
has Tommy Wiseau made any other movie or movies?
Let's see. It looks like he was in Samurai Cop 2, Deadly Vengeance. There was a TV series called The Tommy Wiseau. I like that a whole
It's
lot.
terrible. That's very stupid.
He directed 4 episodes of the TV series The Neighbors. He has 5 writing credits. He wrote. He did a documentary short called "Homeless in America" that came out after The Room. After he spent $6 million on The Room, he did a documentary on being homeless in America. Apparently. Yeah, no major releases other than The Room, written, directed, and starring Tommy Wiseau.
Which camera did he use for that homeless documentary? Yeah, I have to imagine he sold one of them.
Yeah.
Probably the 35 millimeter was used in post production.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you know that the directors of Ghost Shark 2 Urban Jaws occasionally would do a high five instead of the standard sync clap to synchronize sound and picture?
How come we've never thought about that
How
in our pre-show?
syncing up, yeah.
When we clap, we can just give a high five.
me and you
Right.
can, but he can't because he's overseas.
Well, I'm here now. You guys want to do it now?
Well, we don't
Well,
need to
it's
sync right
it's
now.
all one recording.
Shit. I don't know, guys. I know Ghost Shark 2 is on my list of things to watch now. Because I did like, what's her name?
Juliette Danielle.
Juliette Danielle as
think.
Lisa. She's beautiful.
I love her, dude.
beautiful.
I love you so much, Lisa. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Denny, like, straight up tells him he wants to do his wife, and he's like,
Well, that's
does he
okay.
"We
That's
love-
life.
She loves you too, as a friend."
As another human being. So you're not mad at me? No. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Hi, Denny.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want. Let's go. Let's go get something to eat. Anyone hungry?
I like how, like, the mother, like, her
This is Lisa's mother.
yes, Lisa's mother, her lines are just like, it's like Tommy Wiseau's, like, affirmations or something like that. He's a good man. He's a financial source of financial stability.
He bought you a car. You have all the clothes you wanted. It's not right what you're doing.
He treats you great. Yeah.
I definitely have breast cancer. That's my favorite line, probably.
Yeah, I mean,
Like just the delivery and the way it like moves on immediately.
Yeah,
and is never addressed again.
What does the daughter say after she says, "I definitely have breast cancer"?
It's like, oh, people get cured all the time. Right?
Yeah, you'll be fine. It's all gonna be good.
Like, even like the drug, Denny's big drug problem. That he owes so much money that he almost gets killed. It's just like it's completely inconsequential, you know.
That's one of the best lines in the film.
What is it? What is
It's when Denny says it. It's okay. He's going to jail now. All right. For HMS listener, the kid Denny is like Johnny's project kid that he's taking care of.
Yeah, he's like his unofficially adopted son.
Right? And then the scene comes where the drug dealer comes out of nowhere to collect money on the roof with a gun to Denny's head. And who... eventually, Tommy Wiseau wrestles the gun away and says, "We're taking him to jail," as if they're the fucking LAPD. The mom and Lisa are screaming at the kid, "Why do you owe money to a drug dealer?" And he says, "It's okay. He's going to jail."
Yeah, right.
45 seconds later, Tommy Wiseau returns, sans drug dealer.
Yeah,
Who has apparently been brought to jail across the street.
this guy who I never paid for the drugs he gave me is in jail. So the problem is gone. Sweep that under the rug.
Thanks, Johnny. Want some drugs?
Okay, I got a little rundown here of some of the funniest quotes from the film.
Sorry.
Number one, and this is Johnny. The scene opens as Johnny enters the rooftop terrace of their San Francisco townhouse, and Johnny states, "I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not." Oh, hi, Mark. This one was funny. Lisa asks Johnny if, "Do you want me to order a pizza?" And Johnny says, "Whatever, I don't care." And Lisa says, "I already ordered a pizza." And Johnny says, "Oh, you think of everything." Oh, man.
I can't drink that.
Are you crazy?
Okay, just so it's we get it properly on the record. This is Lisa and her mom speaking. Claudette says, "Everything goes wrong at once. Nobody wants to help me, and I'm dying." "You're not dying, Mom," says Lisa. And Claudette says, "I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer." To which Lisa replies, "Look, don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. They're curing lots of people every day." To which her mom responds, "I'm sure I'll be all right."
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's such a Trumpism reply. Hey, don't worry about it. They're curing lots of people. Lots of people. Believe me, lots of people get cured every day. Millions get cured.
That really is a giveaway that, he doesn't understand how
Anything works.
Human emotion.
Human emotion and communication and empathy and sympathy. Yeah, he has no grasp of that at all, and it's
painfully evident.
And such a person is bound to make a terrible movie. You know what I mean? Especially if it's a drama.
This gets back to your original question. Why wasn't this stopped before it happened? I mean, I understand he was the only one responsible for it, but
Well, people like I don't know. Even our jobs too. Like it's amazing what people will do for money when you have to have money to live. So,
but someone released this. Someone put this in a format. I mean, because surely Tommy Wiseau didn't have his own distribution center for the film. I mean, someone distributed it. Someone said this is okay. Put it out there with our name on it.
Well, I mean, really, the only thing at the beginning of the screening, if you remember, it just says Wiseau Films with a globe before the opening scene.
Yeah,
there was no
I mean,
other...
it could be like maybe the reason he's being covert about the funding and everything. It could be like a money laundering deal. Like, I'm not even joking. It could have been like a Eastern European oligarchs needed to make some money,
sell some cameras.
Yeah. He needed to get the money cleaned up, and he saw this. His nephew Tommy Wiseau is an aspiring filmmaker. I mean, that very well. I mean, I'm not even joking. That could be.
It's like a producer's kind of situation going on there.
All right, I'm going to look into that. Distributed by Chloe Productions and TPW Films. But here's something interesting. Music by Mladen Milicevic, which is an Eastern Bloc name. That's very, I think Milicevic is very, that sounds Serbian. No, Bosnian. Bosnian-American composer. He did the music for the film. Which I've got to say was the score, not those dope-ass tracks.
Yeah.
But the score, which was spot on. It was really... especially the cutscenes to the San Francisco skyline.
They're very well shot. They were like always
score,
unwelcome and like unnecessary, but they were very well done.
But you could tell when they were coming because the score prompted you for that. That was very well done. He's a Bosnian American composer, he's a professor and the chair of the Recording Arts Department at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. Huzzah. Well done, Mr. Milicevic. Most well known for his work on Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
He a thought.
You want to do a line reading with me, Ansel?
Sure.
You want to be Mark or Johnny?
I don't know. I want to be Johnny, I think.
Okay. How was work today?
Pretty good. We got a new client at the bank. We make a lot of money.
What client?
I cannot tell you. It's confidential.
Oh, come on. Why not?
No, I can't. Anyway, how's your sex life?
There's a very good example of everything in this movie, basically.
See, I think that was trying to be funny, like, why don't you tell me something confidential about yourself? I think he was trying to be like, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to answer that. Mm-hmm. It would be just as inappropriate for you to answer this question, and I think that's what he was shooting for. Or maybe not. It's impossible to know.
Well, as Mark said at one point in this movie, leave your stupid comments in your pocket.
Yeah. I feel like this is like if Adam Sandler were left to his own devices and he didn't have people helping him out, it was basically a movie. His movie would be just like this.
If he didn't have David Spade there to steer him correctly.
Rob Schneider,
Yeah. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair at all.
I don't know. Maybe not.
It's not super funny. I mean, but I don't think it would be this much of a train wreck.
I don't know. Has he ever directed anything?
I'm sure he has.
It doesn't matter.
Probably like that 50 First Dates or something. I'm sure he produced or directed.
I think a lot of his newer stuff he has produced.
Yeah. And I don't get the hating. I don't get the hating on Adam Sandler all the time. It's not super funny stuff. I mean, it's not our cup of tea, but it's not terrible.
It's not good.
I like Waterboy, man. Waterboy's funny.
You can do it.
Yeah, no, like Waterboy is still in the
classic era.
Yeah,
classic Sandler
it's
era.
Late classic Sandler. Let's see. That might be like the last good one that he was in, or that he did. Mr. Deeds wasn't bad. It had
No.
John
I
Turturro.
didn't see Mr. Deeds.
John Turturro was his butler. That wasn't awful, but I'm trying to think of the one that I saw that was just the worst. It was either Click or Spanglish. But I never saw Jack and Jill, but that looks just like a bad movie.
I think like my personal like I'm actually trying to answer your question, Elijah. Why do I feel this way about Adam Sandler? And I think it's probably because I get the sense that he's reactionary. I think that's probably why I feel that way about him. Even though I don't know that for sure, I got a pretty good idea. And I don't like reactionaries.
So looking up TPW films, apparently they've done nothing but The Room. Maybe that's just another something.
It's a shell
for him.
company.
Yeah.
I think we're like pulling at the string that will unravel the the global conspiracy.
Yeah.
It probably goes straight to the White House.
Probably.
That's what I'm concerned about. This Chloe Productions. I can't find anything on it substantial. It's hit and miss. It's a very ambiguous name. There's several firms named Chloe Productions, but I can't find any that are actually linked to this film anyway. Not through Google search anyway.
Interesting.
Maybe I'd have to get through the Chinese firewall first.
Look, all I'm saying is, it said on Wikipedia that he made part of his fortune from real estate, and also from fashion. Who else do we know that's involved in real estate and fashion and might have interests in Eastern Europe?
That would be President Donald Trump.
Fashion, though? Is that
His daughter.
His daughter is a fashion mogul.
Is she?
Yeah, she's getting all those laws passed in China now so she can hire more children.
Guys, I think we're on to something. We might need to do some digging, see if we can't do some investigative journalism, see if we can't break this case.
Dude, I don't know. I can hear the bones saw already. I don't think I want to dig any further, or at least not publish it to the public. They cut him up with a bone saw.
Yeah, this movie, it was a lot of fun at the time, but now it's making me feel bad. I don't feel good anymore. Like, yeah.
Much like Mark after he had relations with Lisa.
I feel just like Mark.
He kind of had some post-coital regret.
Right.
All right. LinkedIn has Chloe Productions, About Us, a full-service global company managing talent business affairs for a host of major international advertising agencies and multi-billion-dollar advertisers. Reputation for negotiating and crafting the deal, be it with celebrities, rising talent, and new media, is unmatched in the talent industry. We also handle the myriad variables and intricacies of union talent payroll, having spent more than 21 years in the talent business. Blah, 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 blah. Within our field, we are known simply as the global celebrity brokers, in quotes. The global celebrity brokers. And you said the first actress that played Lisa came from an undisclosed Latin American country?
That is correct,
and
yes.
quit? This is some sinister shit, fellas. I don't know if you know this, but it's sinister.
Maybe the truth is hiding in plain sight. What exactly is the room? I didn't is that their living room?
The room.
Well, it's not really clear, I don't think.
Really?
Like, it could be the bedroom where all the sexy times happened, and he also killed himself.
Yeah.
At the end, spoiler alert.
I totally forgot he killed himself.
It could be the living room. It could be, I don't know. There are several different rooms. There's that little study where they talk to Peter. There's the rooftop terrace. Like it's a very ambiguous title.
I mean, like I just remember the scene where it's like, hey, it's at the birthday party. Hey, everybody, let's go outside and get some fresh air. And then she starts making out with Mark, and then a brand new character comes in, and like it's funny how all the characters are like, you are wrong for doing this.
Which you want to agree with them, but you don't know who they are.
Yeah. It's a bad movie.
It's an awful movie.
Very entertaining.
I don't know. Laughing at it, I think watching it and laughing at it is okay, but then you're kind of, like you said, left with this dirty feeling like, why?
Yeah, you're right. Like, this is a bad movie to watch by one's self. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a social event.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I've actually never seen that.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. It's stupid.
Embarrassed to say I've never actually seen that movie.
I've seen it, but I saw it with people, and I have fond memories of being together and watching it, like in a party atmosphere. And so I kind of get the people who go and throw hot dogs at it or whatever when they do it as a film festival. But like, I would never watch it ever again, but certainly not alone. If it was like a party, even though I was trapped there, then yeah, I'd watch it. But it's stupid. It's dumb.
It's funny that you bring that up because there are still today screenings of The Room held, and like it's kind of become very similar to Rocky Horror Picture Show, where people will go and like interact, we'll say, with the screen.
How would you interact with this film?
I think there's something about
throwing
spoons. Whenever Denny shows up, you say hi, Denny.
Like football's going on.
Yeah, you throw a football like no more than 5 feet to somebody else.
Yeah.
Hi, Denny. Let's play football.
It's entertaining. I enjoy watching this movie. Like I didn't get the cringe. I didn't get the embarrassment by proxy. It's just for me, it's just a laugh factory, as I said.
Is there a name for that? Maybe embarrassment by proxy. I mean, can we call it the Wiseau effect?
I don't know. I'm sure there's a name for it. I'm sure the Germans.
No, but I mean,
the Germans wouldn't have it. Probably.
We wouldn't have to name it after Wiseau because I wasn't really embarrassed for him, but some of the other actors.
It's an anti-Schadenfreude.
It's the Sestero effect.
Fremdschämen?
Yeah, that's foreign shame is what the hard translation of Fremdschämen. I would think anything that's fremd is foreign, and then shame of. So it has a name.
Fremdschämen.
Fremd. It's FRMD, right?
Fremdschämen.
Fremdschämen. Yeah. Hey, very good, Dylan.
You're my best friend, Shaman.
That is to feel ashamed about something someone else has done, to be embarrassed because someone else has embarrassed himself and doesn't notice.
Yeah,
very good. We have a term for it. Now you know it's called.
German.
It's
Guys,
German. It's Fremdschämen.
Yeah. Not only is this a comedy podcast, we're also educational. Your word of the day is Fremdschämen. Fremdschämen. Fremdschämen.
Can I take this one? Fremdschämen.
Fremdschämen.
No, fremd. Like framed, fremd. There's an N.
Fremdschämen.
Fremdschämen. Fremdschämen.
Wunderbar.
Very good. Fremdschämen.
How about we rate this and mosey on down the old podcast highway?
All right, let's do it.
I give it 9 out of 10 cringes.
How am I going to do that?
I don't know. Let's talk about it.
Surely there's an emoji for cringe.
Yeah, that one shouldn't be hard.
Okay, if I can, I'll use.
But just give it 1. I'll just give it cringe. How's that?
I'll find something.
I give it.
You give it the old cringe.
No, I give it the
old college
look at my face. Look at my face. I give it.
It's a gritty. You want me to give it a gritty?
Yeah, give it a gritty. Give it a gritty. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay,
you're ready.
I'm going to give it some Mad Dog 2020 because it's a good time. But yeah, I don't feel good right now. I feel very after the point being after you drink a bottle of Mad Dog 2020, you regret it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Dylan.
Your
movie, your rating.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna give it a Laugh Factory. It's always open. It's 24/7 production, assembly line, finely crafted laughs, and watching it is like taking a laugh like right off the assembly line after it's been fully constructed. And you ever had a laugh that's just like fresh off the assembly line? It's the best laugh you can get. And that's what this film is.
I think there's a famous comedy club called the Laugh Factory in New York. Pretty sure.
There is.
Yeah, so
pretty sure that's where.
I think that's where
Louis C.K.
I think that's a Comedy Cellar where he got his.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
The Laugh Factory, I think, was where
Seinfeld, maybe.
Kramer dropped the. And like basically
Michael Richards.
Yes.
Richardson or Richards?
I think it's Richards. Michael Richards.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that Laugh Factory though. I'm talking about like
a literal factory,
like
that
an
produced.
Eastern European, bleak as hell, smokestacks, kind of like Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
Cover of that Pink Floyd Animals album.
Yeah. Or
Dimitri, how many laughs have you made today? Only 4. What is this? Are we back to the room days or what?
But yeah, that's
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
that's my rating. Laugh Factory, not the Laugh Factory, a Laugh Factory.
Okay. All right, I'll see if I can do that.
I give it cringe or gritty cringe, gritty cringe. Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
I'm going to
Fremdschämen. I'm gonna have to.
Fremdschämen.
Fremdschämen.
Fremd is anything that's foreign.
Schadenfreude and Fremdschämen. Fremdschämen.
All right. I'm going to take this here conch, and I'm going to pass it, much like a football, to Ansel here. You guys are too much.
You got to be kidding right now, aren't you?
Okay, my pick for a fortnight from today.
Yeah.
Yeah, fortnight from today is The Murder of Roger Akroyd by Agatha Christie.
Ooh.
Classic mystery.
A mystery
novel. And that's it.
Nice. I'm excited about that.
I can tell.
I'm just glad we're moving from one international man of mystery and Tommy Wiseau to an international solver of mysteries in
Hercule Poirot. Yes.
Oh, we've gone Wiseau to Poirot.
Yeah.
Check that out. Nice.
Fremdschämen. All right. Well, I think that'll wrap us up. Hopefully, you're not feeling any Fremdschämen after listening to this, but if you are, thanks for listening, anyways. Yeah, thanks for joining, and we'll catch you in 2 weeks when we do the Poirot thing. What was it called again?
The Murder of Roger Akroyd by Agatha Christie, a Hercule Poirot joint.
Very nice. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see you then. As always, keep looking up. Is that us? Is that our thing?
Keep on clubbing.
Keep on clubbing.
Bye-bye.
You are my rose.
Tearing me apart, book club. How can you do this to me?
That was your sex line.